My name is Prakash Munshi, and I'm not an activist. I'm only a concerned citizen like you all. What I'm against is health hazards due to this because of irresponsible norms fixed by the government and irresponsible manner in which these operators and the infrastructure people are installing antennae illegally.
About 5 years ago is when one day my husband pointed out to me some antennas which were across our home, and he said to me, radiation from these antennas is not good. I just looked at him and said, what antennas, what radiation, what are you speaking of? And once he said that, I then started looking into the matter. I noticed those antennas, I started reading about them, then trying to get my house checked for radiation, and found out, okay, my house has radiation, so what am I supposed to do about it? And then I was trying to write to the chief minister, and then I'm trying to write to the environment ministry, and all kinds of things. For a year, I was just going pillar to post trying to get these antennas moved, removed, something. A year and a half later, I was about to give up because I would go to one place, they would point me in another direction. I'd go to the other place, they'd point me in another direction. Nobody knew, nobody cared, and I was running out of energy. I said, I'm giving up. And that's when, quite by chance, my neighbor, Mr. Munshi, whom I'd barely met before, he came to me one day and he said, you know what, I'm going to help you.
I hate being late, that's my bloody problem.
He will make sure he's there on time to the extent that he will skip, even if he's not had a meal. So that's what he is, that's how he is. His reputation with everyone, friends, family, everyone, they all know that he will be there. If he's invited at 12, he'll be there at almost 5 to 12.
Hello, Gaurav. Munshi.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. I've reached the traffic signal. I'll just.
Okay, I'll be down in 2 minutes.
These are not towers. These are antennae.
The towers.
Towers do not radiate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is only these antennae which radiate.
Yeah.
Towers are like this.
Yeah.
Or like this. Or in Bombay we have brackets.
Okay.
That's what misunderstood.
So you can see these are all antennae fixed on L brackets.
Okay.
Which is worse actually.
And they don't go above. And they are not permitted to do it. This is the highest reading I have measured in any residence. Antennae are not supposed to be there. There are regulations and guidelines of the central government which says the antennae cannot be there at a height lower than the neighboring building. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi's opinion on radiation, which says very clearly that these are killers. Now, having known that, how can the Minister of CNIT say that it is not harmful? Was my question.
Yes, EMR, electromagnetic radiation, is definitely harmful, and what we get from either the mobile phones or these mobile towers is similar to the microwave radiation that we face. Day in, day out, we see patients with ringing sounds in the ear, they come with headaches, they come with problems of tinnitus and hearing loss, and these are definitely much more with the towers that are next to our house. We don't follow any norms, we don't follow any regulations. Even the amount of power which is generated is uncontrolled, and surprisingly recently, due to some new developments as far as this levels are concerned, we have increased the levels of safety to nearly 10 times what is accepted worldwide.
You can fool some people sometimes, all the people sometimes, but not all the people all the times. And this is what I am using continuously with my present assignment of creating awareness, where people are telling lies, lies, and lies to achieve their corporate objectives or political objectives, but they are not telling the truth to the citizens of India that yes, this radiation will harm you.
It was his daughter. I think she read in the papers that I was struggling with this or I was working towards this, and she told him, "You're a little free, you have some time on your hands. Join her, do something for her." And really that's it. And from then on, things started to move dramatically. He made me write to the authorities stern letters, finding out, who got the permission to do this. He got the manager of Sayadri to come and meet me. Went down to the police station. He moved government offices to kind of wake up and, give answers, which I was unable to get before this. Within months, we were having press conferences down here because he was so committed, so persuasive. He's very bright. He's really bright. What I think of, okay, shall we do it this way? He's like, I've already done it for you. So I'm like, really? You thought of this before? He's like, आप जो कल सोचते हो हम वो कल करके रखते हैं.
The only thing I don't like about him is whenever he explained about the EMF radiation, he was more into technical details, like that power formula and everything. And I was like, oh, please just tell in common words, tell in simple words.
Even before I became minister, I was very concerned about the potentially harmful effects of radiation from mobile tower radiation, harmful effects of the SAR levels from phones, handsets. And I'd heard of many cases in South Mumbai where people were affected by that, people were dying of cancer. I had already begun the process as a minister to regulate radiation. We had already put certain caps and had made the standards far more stringent than they were. But after I got to meet Prakash Munshi and I saw him working closely with Juhi Chawla, I was very happy to invite them into the Ministry of Communications and IT, and particularly into the Department of Telecommunications, and open out the ministry office for them as experts, activists, people who are doing this for a cause and not really for themselves, very selflessly, to come in and guide and educate the ministry in terms of the policies we need to create. And I really enjoyed working with him. I think at some points he was a person who would get quite agitated and upset. Every now and then he would say things aren't moving as quickly as they should. But I think he's an important, people like him are very important in our society, whether it's an issue relating to radiation, which is a healthcare issue really, it could be something else. Sometimes it's good to have people who agitate even against ministers who they know well.
I was staying in Marine Drive in a small little room, one bedroom, and we were almost 7 to 8 people.
When our school was on the brink of being closed down, it is our principal who got in touch with Prakash and said, look, you've got to help. And he was there. Absolutely wherever help is required, Prakash is there.
And I'm proud that I'm one of the people who got this, and this was actually recommended by one of my class teachers. This was the first time that I have really fought for a cause. And I have sometimes now I've got an gut feeling that if something is not right, then one should speak out and try and work together with the team to achieve that objective.
The most outstanding quality, I think, is this quality of caring. We as teachers pay attention both to the scholastic and also to the non-scholastic. Scholastically, I can say that, well, he was average. But where the person was concerned, he was, as I told you, a scout. And as a scout, the scout motto is be prepared. But where I felt for little Prakash was reliability. He was always reliable. Whenever we had shows or anything, the scouts used to always be there to help, and he'd always be there in his uniform, spick and span. What can I do? What can I do? And I think that's the quality which I like most about Prakash. What can I do?
So I live in Mumbai since almost 7 years, and I've purchased an apartment in Juhi Chawla, and after a few months living in this apartment, while I was not in Mumbai for a few weeks, I was in Rajasthan shooting a film. I came to know that my society decided to install a mobile tower right on the top of my building, which is like 2 floors above my apartment. And I was really desperate as soon as I reached Mumbai to find a way of fighting against the mobile tower and my society. And I called a journalist from DNA who gave me the name of Mr. Munshi. And I immediately called him, and he proposed me to meet. It was a Friday. He proposed me to meet on a Monday morning, and immediately gave me a lot of contact and guide me how to contact the BMC and different authorities in Mumbai. And in few weeks, I think in 2 weeks, and especially after also helping me to get an article in the press, after 2 weeks the mobile tower got removed. It was like a miracle, and I was so happy, but also so surprised that one person can help me so much in a city like Mumbai, where nobody has time for anything. I mean, I'm still very surprised that a person who lives in South Bombay has so many contacts, so much time to dedicate to people like me. He was not knowing me at all, and he gave me so much.
He's always been that way. He's always there for anyone who needs him, whether he knows the person, doesn't know the person. It could be you, it could be somebody of yours and somebody, of theirs. It's not necessary that he knows the person. He'll just go out of his way to do whatever needs to be done for the person, and he will persevere till that thing is done.
I recently got 2 awards, the Indira Gandhi Memorial Award and Priyadarshini Award for social causes and for this awareness on radiation. And both of them, both these award functions, I didn't really tell my family members कि आपको आना है कि नहीं आना है. I said, Munshi ji, you're coming with me, because I know that whatever work has happened till now, he has been the driving force in it. He's the one who pushes till things move. He doesn't give up like the rest of us. He's fantastic, and I really owe it all to him. He's like the wind under my wings.
Yeah, what I meant by saying that he is, really involved in whatever he does. For instance, when our youngest son was getting married, he was, our daughter-in-law is Peruvian, so her family was coming down, and of course there they speak Spanish. She speaks English, fortunately, but her parents don't. So he went out of his way to learn Spanish. I mean, did a course so he could at least converse
So what makes my dad special is basically he's just the most giving, selfless person that I've ever come across, and yeah, he's just an amazing person.
For me, he became my father the minute I met him.
I am involved with my family and my family has treated me well, but they all know my weaknesses of emotions, sentiments, and being a soft-hearted person.
I know I'm the face of many things and people listen when I talk, and yes, I can take it up to a point, but dealing with authorities, and that's a different ball game. It requires so much patience and so much perseverance, and Munshi ji does it. He is invaluable.
My interests are basically to help people. Nothing else.